What's going on, guys? Big Steve Buys Houses here, always keeping it real with real estate. In this video, I'm going to do a quick virtual deal breakdown of a deal that we did virtually, where we made about $40,000, and I want to talk you guys through the deal. You know, how we came up with the deal, where the lead came from, a couple of the obstacles that we had to go through to get the deal closed, and how we sold it off. All right, yeah, just a quick deal breakdown. I'm going to be doing multiples of these as we do more virtual deals and going back to the deals we've already done. So hope you enjoy it. All right, so let's get into it. So we are based out of locally the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia area. All right, so that's our kind of local market. But we also do virtual wholesaling, to where we wholesale in different markets all over the country. I don't want to get into too many of the markets that we do currently, but Texas was one that we did a while back, and this is where this deal came from. We had some marketing going out there. This came from a PPC lead, and what PPC is, it's a pay-per-click lead. So these are online leads that are going into type SEO, people that are searching, you know, how do I sell my house? If you see those websites out there where people put their info into like landing pages and all this is where that lead came from. So it wasn't so much of a cold lead, it's a good lead. That's why those leads are pretty expensive, because these are from people that actually want to sell their house, and they're reaching out to companies like us that, you know, buy ugly houses and all that. So it's an online lead. That's where that lead came from. Let's see, it was in Texas. As far as acquisition, you know, I was doing the acquisitions on this deal, as I do most of it, and how I train the people that we work with. And, you know, at that time I was training a few people to do acquisitions on our team. But this deal actually came through my phone, and because I was all over it. You know, when I see an online lead comes in, it's a warm lead. Somebody just fills out something on one of our websites, and, you know, I'm all over it. So this lead came in. They were facing the foreclosure, and she wanted to pay off her mortgage and close it quickly. All right, so that was her motivation. The motivation was she actually wanted to leave that area and move somewhere else. I can't remember where she wanted to move to, but she was facing foreclosure. She wanted her to pay off her mortgage before that whole thing went into foreclosure, and she wanted to close quickly. All right, so we did the purchase agreement, and it was on the first call. It was a very sweet call, you know what I mean? A lot of deals I can close on the first call, maybe one or two calls, and I'll get them. But this was sweet. I got her on the first call, you know, and I say that as I was able to help her on the first call. It didn't have to be a whole lot of back and forth. So let's see. Yeah, first call, I got her to agree to $82,500. The ARV at the time on that house was, I think, it was around $150 or so. $150, completely, you know, good to go. She sent me some photos. She was there to get us access. She was currently living in there, but she had to move out. So I walked her through that. You know, she actually ended up going to stay with, you know, one of her a sister until we actually closed the deal. And then she can move on to where she wanted to move on to. So she moved out of there. She was able to get us in there whenever we needed to. One of the things that was going on with that house was there was foundational issues. All right, foundation issues. There's cracks in the floor, the ceiling. I've dealt with a lot of properties that had foundation issues, so I'm pretty you know, I know how to deal with those kind of properties. So as soon as I saw like a crack in one of the pictures, I'm like, I think there's some foundational problems here. And she wasn't too sure about it, but she knew that her house had shifted a little bit. So the first thing I did, I've done it before, is I'll get like a quote from a foundation guy. You know, if you ever have any kind of contractual issues or things with the properties, you can call contractors. If you don't have somebody that you're working with that'll go out and do it for you for free, you know, you're always able to get free estimates from contractors and specialists, because, you know, they might want to get the work done, you know, and you're able to kind of refer that work off to somebody else. So what I did is I had like 2 or 3 foundation guys go out to the property and give me an estimate. So that estimate I could use as well, as far as giving proof to my end buyer of how much that work is actually going to cost. So they're not guessing, and they're not having to come in and bring their own guy. We already provided that. So I do that a lot with my deals. You know what I mean? I'll get my estimates, you know, for the most part. If it's something serious, you know, if it's a regular contracting work, regular repairs, I'll let them go ahead and do their numbers, because everybody's numbers are going to be different. You know, you'll have 3 different contractors, 3 different general contractors, and all 3 of those estimates will be different. So I usually let them get their own repair estimates. But if it's something specific, like foundational or maybe a roof, I'll go ahead and call like my people in just to get an estimate out, so I can kind of reason out why we're pricing it the way we're pricing it. Yeah, so we had that foundational estimate, and then what we do is with a lot of our properties, and this is going to be like a quick tip of how to find like cash buyers. We'll go and talk to the local realtors of wherever what markets we're in, and we'll talk to them. We'll say, hey, you know, you just sold this property for cash over here. Do you think somebody that one of your clients might be interested in this property? Yeah, and we'll do that we'll get about a good 5 to 10 agents who recently sold cash properties similar to ours, similar comparables, and you know, we'll talk to those agents and they might have somebody. So in this deal, we ended up actually putting it on the MLS ourselves, and I think we flat fee listed it, and yeah, we started getting a lot of interest in this property, and so we ended up taking an offer for $138,000. But it came back that when we pulled title, I gave her an offer of $82,500, but she actually owed money on her mortgage. So her mortgage payoff came out to like $96,500. And you know, she didn't have any money, you know what I mean? So we wanted her, you know, we didn't want her to walk away without having anything, because she thought she was going to get some money back, you know what I mean? Because it was a really good spread between the ARV and what we actually, you know, what it was worth and what we actually sold it for. So, yeah, so we, you know, cut our wholesale fee down in order to pay off that mortgage, for one, so we can go ahead and close the deal, you know, and she wouldn't get stuck with us not being able to perform. And 2, you know what I mean? It's, you know, you're making a decent profit. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, bite the bullet and do whatever you need to do. Like I said, the deal lesson, don't be greedy. Do what it takes to make the deal work. All right, so we went ahead and paid our mortgage off, and we took that out of our wholesale fee, and we still walked away. But like, yeah, it was $41,500, so about 40 grand. You know, we were going to make a really nice 15,000 or something. But yeah, we just paid off the mortgage, and that's how we were able to get the deal done. So we covered her loss, and that was basically it. You know, that was how we did that virtual deal. It was a really sweet deal. She was a very nice lady, nice motivated seller. It wasn't hard dealing with her, you know, as far as getting pictures and getting access whenever we needed to get in there. So sometimes you'll get that. Sometimes you'll have a harder time dealing with people as far as getting access and all that. But, you know, that was the deal walkthrough on this one. If you have any questions about it, hope you enjoyed it. If I left anything out, give me a comment below, subscribe, like it, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video where I'll cover another topic, whether it be a virtual deal walkthrough or some more tips on how we're doing our virtual deals wholesaling nationwide. All right, so Big Steve Buys Houses here. Hope you enjoyed that. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.